So when this fight came around and got listed, and I went to look for a stat, I noticed a curious typo in Joanne Calderwood's name dotted throughout the internet. It turns out it's not a typo, and she's just gotten married, and her name has changed, but only slightly. So Joanne Calderwood got married to her longtime coach at the end of October, turning her name from Joanne Calderwood to Joanne Wood. For the entomologists out there, Calder means a violent or rough flowing water. So perhaps we see a calm, collected JoJo this weekend. As we enter the 20th year of Rani Yaya's professional MMA career, he currently has 21 of his 27 victories coming by submission, as one of the most decorated submission specialists to ever enter MMA. Sean Brady is looking to make it 4-0 in his career against former Ultimate Fighter winners. He's already picked up a fourth victory up against a tough champion runner-up as well. So he is basically a tough killer, and Michael Chiesa, the tough live winner, should be hoping to ruin that streak. I tried a lot of work here to get a specific stat that I was chasing down. Michael Chiesa, for as good a ground game as he has, he is another live by the sword, die by the sword kind of fella. He has 4 submission losses in the UFC by submission. One of those guys who submitted him was Jorge Masvidal, who in his incredibly long career has 2 submission victories and only 1 submission victory in the UFC, and that being Michael Chiesa. So for as good as his grappling is, he does have a noted weakness. And I was actually trying to find out whether or not his submission losses was the most in welterweight or divisional history. And I believe that it is, but I just couldn't get the data set necessary. We saw Miesha Tate come back from a 5-year layoff, like a very, very long hiatus, a very, very long retirement. It was actually so long that I started to believe in the most unlikely thing in the world, an early MMA retirement. But she came back, she bucked the trend, and she looked genuinely fantastic. She looked like she had not only not been away for a while, but she looked like she had spent a significant amount of time working on the holes in the game. She came back looking as if maybe she, instead of being away for 5 years, had gone back 5 years in time.